Hello. We're going to actually do some video game things, but first, while we're warming up, I wanted to do a little bit of stuff on the Apollo time front. Yeah. Oh, so also in Linux here, Unix. So do we also have time spec to Apollo? Time spec to... Yes. Hey, I wrote these functions. Time spec to Apollo. Time spec to Apollo. Nice. All the tests passed on Windows. That's great. Sokoban doesn't compile though, because we use this. Perform reload or creation. We just had this ad hoc file time unit because when we started this engine, we were just like, we just need to do the, we probably copied that from the witness. What is value? Make placeholder. Yes. Max. Will this actually work? That's an Apollo time. So this is a catalog base, right? Okay. I am very happy by the frickin' way to be doing this, because this was like an unanswered question for a long time. Like, how are we gonna give people something less fucked up? Okay, I also need to change file mod time and size. Where are these declared? Oh, it's in resource. Let's clean this shit up here. Okay. Great. Why are we passing in 0 there? That seems bad. Why are we passing 0? How's it going, people? How are your video games doing? Okay, I'm also going to change file mod time and size. Is that in... Yeah, that's also here. Mod time is Apollo time. Aha, see this? Cleanup warning. We are returning an OS-specific mod time, which is garbage. At some point, we'll come up with a more general way of dealing with these things, and we have done so. And we have done so. No time to code, playing Fallout to prepare. So Fallout will not prepare you for 2030 because the currency of the year 2030 is not going to be bottle caps. It is not. Okay. It's going to be water. It's going to be N95 masks, dude. And or spent shell casings. Oh my God, dude. Dude, COVID-23 is going to be so bad. I don't even know what we're going to do when that happens. All right. Because everyone will have to admit that they were really stupid for 2 years. Or do the same thing over again. And people are not willing to do that. All right. Write time is a file time. There we go. There we go. Apollo. Apollo. File mod time and size. This is in Apollo time. So what is STM? Oh, that's time spec. Ah, so we just go Apollo here. Uh-huh. All right. File time is not found. That is true. Load assets. Okay. right, so here we need to return an empty Apollo time. File time is not a member of file visit info. Modification time. What is this? It's a log entry. Oh, right. Okay. Yes, this is when we're looking at all the logs. So this is Apollo time. Let's just say mod time there. We are mods. And maybe this sort actually works. Oh, mod time. Okay, so base proc perform reload or creation. There's going to be a few of these. I'm going to be doing a redundant thing for a little bit. Okay. Less than is not defined in this scope for Apollo time up. Yeah, because we didn't do it there. Sort can't see that. So that's Sag. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's the problem with that unary sort operation. All right. So we'll make a compare it to Apollo times. Okay. Oh, and then compare Apollo times. What's wrong with that? Attempt to use logger line 260. No. Oh, I'm looking at the old output. I was looking up here. Compare Apollo times. Type wanted log. Oh. Let's just say compare. Okay, so we just do this. Possible overloads. Oh, this is compare. Hey, we got a video game. Everybody. Oh, this will probably crash because of the thing. We have an x64 backend corruption bug right now. How do I prioritize? Oh, I missed the raid. Hello, raiders. How do I prioritize the to-do list? I mean, we just do what we have to do, man. Like, video games is a brutal learning lesson about doing what you have to do. I don't know what else to say. Is the zero time the same as in Unix? Oh, there's an entire file explaining why it isn't. Dude, even Go doesn't use the same zero time as Unix, so have fun. So I think what I want to work on is this sort of stuff. So right now, if I'm in like this sub area, right, and I go out to this one, we get a little fade there. I think we want like a much bigger fade. And we want to do a symbol with it, because that's going to be dope. This game's going to be dope. All right. So let me... we got to run on the tests again, because I changed some more things in the modules, and maybe all the tests don't compile. I don't know. Looks like one of them failed. At least. Or maybe it just wrapped at the right place that it looked like a fail to me. Nope, they all passed. Okay. Great. Compiler. So I could ship a compiler beta basically anytime I want now, because Apollo time is done enough that people could use it. I think I have to test it on Linux. I could have made a mistake there. And then we'll check in. Oh no, my changelog is out of date. Oh, I didn't even update my own changes. Bro. So because I put... See, I inserted compare Apollo times on this machine, and on a different machine, I did these float conversions, and it doesn't really know which one goes first, and the answer is it doesn't really matter. But Subversion gets confused about those kind of things. Okay. Let's try this again. You know what? We got to retest everything. We just did a big update. Okay. Commit. Recent messages, that one that I typed. Go. Excellent. Sokoban. Update. Oh, we're pulling down some animations. Animations. Is this me working on the game or the language? We did a little bit of stuff connecting both, but now we're going to be on game only for the rest of the session. If game still compiles. Yeah, because we changed some more Apollo time stuff. I'm going to grab a drink after this check-in, and I will put up the Apollo time text for people who weren't on the past couple streams, so you can see what that was about. But now we use it. We use it in the game. We do convert to float 64 sometimes for time. This is a debug build, which is why it's going so slow. We do convert to float 64 sometimes for time, and we do go to float 32 for deltas and stuff, but our frame-to-frame timestamps are Apollo time. And now our asset loading, that's what I just did in the past 10, 15 minutes, is our asset loading uses Apollo time now as well. So we are officially more robust than we were. All right. Let's check this in. Switch asset stuff to Apollo time. Great. The time thing is not really a language feature. It is like language library code, but part of what we do is, you know, before we ship the value to the people, we need to make sure it's at least a little bit valuable, right? And how do we do that? Well, we at least make sure it works for us, right? If you use your free sub, do you still get the money you otherwise would have? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Prime subs, like, it's basically the same as a real sub, except it doesn't re-update, right, automatically. I don't know, though. That might have changed. Capped at 24 seconds after the moon landing. Updating the specification somewhere. Oh, I just mean this file. We had some fun writing this file explaining. Right, this is the comment at the top of the file. If I had a nickel for every femtosecond, I would be pretty sad because I wouldn't be able to move. And I would probably be dead. Why do I seem to hate headers? Why do you like headers? Yeah, we know the truth that the moon landing was fabricated in the Wuhan lab. We know all about that. We know all about that. Actually, it was fabricated in World Trade Center Building 7. Okay, wow, guys. Honestly, I'm a little tired today. I'm a little bit more in a down. Probably spending 2 hours at the DMV today took some energy out of me. I don't know. And having to pay them $1,000 more than I thought I would. That was a drag. Um, but we're going to go anyway. So you saw me running around the map there. And the deal is there's all these sub areas. And, right now we put up a little text when you go into them. But I want to make it um, into like a bigger HUD element that's official, because we also want to draw like a bitmap or something. Level design, no. Today is not a good level design day for me. We're dealing with a pilot time on a 32-bit OS be an issue? No. Because what we do is we just take, well, there's two questions. One is, what about the time that the OS gives you? And the answer is, well, we just take what they give us and format it the right way for how we want it. Which in this case means precision will be lower than we wish it was, right? But whatever. And then would it be an issue like in terms of running code on a 32-bit CPU? Not really. I mean, it would take more instructions than on a 64-bit CPU, but it's just integer math, right? Integer math is, I mean, as we learned the past couple days, division is kind of hairy, but like multiplication is fine. It's a little bit slower. Addition and subtraction are pretty straightforward, right? So it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, we don't even support 32 bits. So 32-bit operating systems can go pound sand. Looks like I'm missing in the stop working. Working. Oh yeah, I edited that and got it wrong. Thank you for noticing. I kind of want to go to bed. But then I know if I try to go to bed, I'm just going to like lay there and not be able to go to bed for a while. I could play some more Taiji and try to get to the end of the game. Sleep is for the weak. I don't know. I have found lack of sleep really does degrade my ability to do things. Okay, so I'm trying to remember how the F I think it's marker entities that describe local regions. I think there's markers because I'm trying to figure out how do we know area? Local area, there we go. So local area, we say inside local area marker. And then we set this ID. And I guess we check every frame to see if it changed. Oh, right. We sort of, yeah. they can overlap and take priority and stuff. All right. How come nobody... I see. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. We're going to say... I'm going to have maybe a new file. Enter local area. Okay. So here, this is one of these frickin' annoying things. Like, because, oh my God, Becky. Like, you just want to, you think it's easy because you're just like, oh, if you go into one of these new areas, you put the name of it up really big. But it's not like that because, like, what if you run between a couple really fast and the other one's not done fading out? So you need to have like more than one, right? And there's in principle no real limit, which is easy sag. Okay, so, but I have code that does basically the same thing. All right, let me, before I forget, let's do a couple things. Let's do a couple things. Let's load this file and we'll add it to source control because we do not want to forget these. Load local area. SVN and Sokoban local area. There we go. Have a delay on a stack and use, I don't know what that means. So we have this faders and I'm just going to kind of copy this. So we need to do something there. We need to do an update. And we need a draw. Hey, look. Don't you know that you need an object with methods to do different things? Okay. So we're just going to draw this from here. This is sort of the HUD central zone. And, you know, we're going to have that do nothing initially. We'll have the update do nothing initially. In fact, we can call the update in the draw. Reset local area HUD is going to be just and that'll happen in like level start reevaluate. This is just going to be like if there was something fading in or out and you like switch to another level, Just have it be gone, right? Okay. So, let's go back and look at our other fader. This other fader is like a developer thing, but it's got way more configuration than we actually want. Okay, so color is not going to be configurable. It's not going to move. We're going to know what the font is. That's fine. Yeah, we really don't frickin' want any of this. What we want is elapsed time and oh no, we don't want elapsed time. We want so the thing is, right, if it's fading, you got to think about all these things every time you do something like this. Like if it starts fading out and then you walk back into the area, you probably want the same one to fade back in, right? You don't want to make a new one overlapping the old one. I don't know. You know, like this is the kind of thing that I just try to get right every time I do these. How's Taiji? It's good. Sorry, I missed the question. Delay showing the world title until time has run out and grab top of stack. No, because if you do that kind of thing, then people can run back and forth way more times. And buffer up a zillion things. You would have just installed the notification queue module from NPM. Yes, well, that is why you do not make best-selling video games. And you just force the person to the next region. That sounds unplayable. Where you animate outgoing zone and incoming zone. Well, there might not always be both things, right? Like we don't totally know how many zones there are and what the density of them are yet. And so there is this question of like, how do you make it cool, right? Like, how do you make it like juicy and feel good? We're not worried about that yet. We just want the functionality of this in there so we can judge how it feels from like a game design standpoint to do the thing that we're doing, right? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have like a state machine on this freaking thing. I don't know, right? So we're going to have state is an enum u8, attack, sustain. People who do audio will know what these things mean. It's like fade in. Let's just call it fade in and fade out. All right. No decay. I mean, we could do decay. I don't know. For now, because this is a really boring fade, we're just going to do attack, sustain, release, right? Okay. So for each one, we're just going to have some frickin' variables. We're just going to have fade in t, where t is like a parameter, right? And I don't know. We can just like reset these or whatever. Oh, no. Yeah. See, we want it to be bi-directional. It can't. This is bites me every time. Okay, hold on. It's just going to be like this because you want to pick up at the exact level. I don't know. There's ways of doing it. It's fine. Okay. So when you enter a local area, we're going to say if there's any fader, let's make this a name. If there's any fader, okay. So actually what we're going to do is say if it is equal to the name, okay, so now, so if this was fading out, then target fader dot state is fade in, right? Else oh, yeah, okay, hold on. Okay. So we get the fader. We say we get the name. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. And this is not a dot call. We do that, we do that. All the other values are going to be default values. All right. So when we draw, we do something. When we update, we do something. This is going to be a little bit annoying. Anyway. If done, we're going to do something. All right. All right, so if we're done, see, we want to keep I almost feel like what's it called? Keeping order. Array ordered remove by index. And then we tweak the index. Okay, so update needs to return a bool. All right. What is the state? It's fade in. This is complete. Fade out or sustain. All right, so fade out is going to be, okay, well, first let's get a DT, right? Current UI DT. I guess it's UI DT. All right, so we're going to fade out faster than we fade in because that's just the rule. That's how we always do it. Let's do this. So opacity minus equals DT times, I don't know, some rate. 4, right? And we're done if that's less than 0. For fading in, we're going to say opacity plus equals DT times 2.5. If opacity is greater than 1, opacity is 1, return false. Let's make it keep alive, right? So I just like that. All right. So we fade in, we fade out, or we sustain. Sustain is going to be actually we want to move on these, right? State is sustain. All right. Let's put these in order. Sustain elapsed plus equals DT if sustain elapsed is greater than or equal to, I don't know. Who knows? We'll probably make that a tweak variable in a file. Okay. Great. Enter local area, draw local area HUD. Okay, so we're doing all these things and we're just not drawing anything, which means it's going to be not all control paths return a value, apparently. True, true. Did not match any of the possible overloads. Oh, because this array is the wrong type. Bruh. Aiders. It couldn't decide what I was doing there. Okay, so that's great. It won't draw anything on the screen yet, though, because We have not done that. And so I need to decide what font that we're going to use. And I guess like we draw something, like we already have a font that we can use for now, right? Where is it? Draw overhead map captions. Okay, let's just do some stuff. So we're going to do this and going to do caption font. What do we have for fonts? Fonts. We have a lot of fonts. Carmina bold, non-italic. Okay. That's our caption font. For every fader, we're going to go so we have this draw centered, which honestly, let's just call this font with a color and a Y, which is w.height minus font dot default line spacing for now. We might tweak that later. And then the text. Okay, so what is the color? V4, we're just going to make it white with some alpha. What is the alpha? Alpha is just going to be that for now. It might later be a nonlinear tweak of that or something. Draw centered. However, there's a file scoped. All right. Okay. Okay. Well, it doesn't work. Congratulations. There are many reasons why it may not work. And okay, here's where we derail, because guess what? I just moved to this apartment. You know what that means? It means I installed a new computer. You know what that means? I installed Visual Studio to debug with. You know what that means? I didn't put in my license key yet. And it just frickin' 30-day expired on my ass. So, I need to go dig through my email again. Oh, unknown script marker local area. That's weird. All right. Anyway. Here we go. It won't even let me drag the window to the other monitor. There we go. Unlock with a product key. Now I have to go into high security mode. Yay! I'm allowed to use Visual Studio now. Why is the compiler failing? What is going on? Anyway, let's just double check. Okay. We can come out of high security mode. All right. So let's just run the game. Boom. All right. So first I'm going to break local area. All right. Let's make sure that we actually enter a local area. Okay. We have a fader. All right, so how about when we update? Okay. That's great. How about when we draw? You know, I might have maybe draw centered doesn't actually set the text shader. It doesn't. Okay, well that is one thing. Yeah. Draw centered. So where are we setting the shader? Oh, maybe draw text does, further down. Well, I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. Why didn't that do it? That was weird. Okay. Let's just check the coordinates. What's the y coordinate? 1673 seems plausible. Oh, so my color probably is basically see-through. No, it's already 0.5. Wait, on the first frame? Oh yeah, I put really fast rates on these. Anyway. Where are we at? We should have finished fading in, so now we're sustaining. DT is 3 seconds. That's how long the frame was. Which is fine, because we're in the debugger and stuff. And then we go to fade out. This like looks fine, so I think we're having a stupid problem. You also work in the games industry as a graphics programmer. Well, okay. Certainly, the games industry has gotten big lately and interesting and all these things. Okay, so I mean, my rates are too high for the fade in and fade out. That is clear, but not that worried about that. The problem is just that things aren't showing up. Things aren't showing up. What is it saying for the width? 18. Okay, that's a perfectly wide string. Why are we not seeing it? Do I have to immediate flush or something? Like that's often. All right, draw, play, test, notice. Like we don't even flush there either. That works fine. Wait. Oh, it's this unit scale bullshit. Hold on. That one is unit. Oh, God. All right. I'm drawing it like 20 million screens upward. Because I was too, like in my brain, I reversed the interpretation of what those function names meant. And I called the wrong one. Called the wrong one. Still don't see it. Come on, man. Oh, there we go. Oh, because I didn't actually enter the area. All right. There we go. This is what I wanted to happen. Now, the thing is, I think I want to kind of put it in the corner. I was just using this draw centered as a stopgap. But yeah, I think we want to put it in the corner. because you don't want it to be in your face as you run around. Look at all this land I can walk on. Bro. All right. That's the secret of the video game. All right, so these rates. All right. So let's draw them in a different place. Texty. Okay, we get the current window. We say instead of here, we go, we already had current window. Let's just say right is width minus I don't know. It's just a little bit arbitrary. Okay, so this is going to be right minus width, and then right minus width. Same thing so far. And then, you know, we might do some more things to place that later. And then honestly, I'm kind of tired, so that might be it. That might have been our 1 hour of thing. Hour of power in the tower. Maze. Oh my God. Right is W. Oh, there's still a formatting problem here. Not W. W dot back buffer dot width. All right. Casey is sending me text messages. All right. Okay. Great. Great. Okay, we're going to want a little more indented and a little further up, if I'm being honest. So going to be at y coordinates. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave it for tonight. The next step, tomorrow when I'm fresh, is going to be drawing. There's going to be like, hey, if you guys have ever played an indie game called Braid, there's a thing where you go to different levels and every level has like a picture that fades in. Actually, this is a little bit like that, but it's not a per level thing. It's a per area thing. And so we're gonna put a picture there or something. Time for Elden Ring? No. I'm gonna take a nap. I think that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. All right, so start adding the local area fader thing. All right. So that's cool. And then, so once we've got that up there, you know, just drawing a texture is just going to be a little bit more work. I would do it if I were wanting to stream for a long time, because it's, you know, draw a bitmap, no problemo. Pick a unique corner for each screen that covers the least. Well, what I was thinking when I was running around there is it really depends on what direction you came from, right? Because you kind of, if you came from the right and you're still kind of on the right, you don't want to put it on the right, maybe. But I don't know, that might be hard to make work in practice. I don't know, we'll see. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. I am going to take a nap that lasts all night, and we'll be back later with more game programming. See you later.